if you got removed, please join back. Okay, I will start the presentation now. So, we are going to discuss the miscellaneous question for discrete random variables. So, we start with question number 1. Okay, so for question number 1, okay, so for question number 1, a bookstore recorded the number of books X sold daily with the probability of X equal to a function of 6 minus X over 20, and with X equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have the value of 0 and we have the function for the probability. So calculate expected of X. So directly we know expected of X is equal to summation of the X multiplied with its probability. So what do we have here? So let me change the thickness first. Okay, so for every value of X, so we have 0 multiplied with probability, 6 minus 0 over 20, plus 1 multiplied by 6 minus 1 over 20, plus 2 multiplied by 6 minus 2 over 20, plus 3 multiplied by 6 minus 3 over 20, and plus 4 multiplied by 6 minus 4 over 20. Okay, so what do we have here as the result? Okay, so this is 6 minus 0 is 6 over 20. 6 over 20 plus with 5 over 20 plus with this is 4. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8 over 20 plus this is 3. 3 is 9 over 20 and up this is 2. 8 over 20. So the answer will be 11, 19, 28, 36 over 20, which is if we divide by how many? Simplify. So what do we get for the answer? That will be your answer. So this is for expected value. Hence, now the next part is hence, find the probability of absolute X minus the expected value less than 3 over 2. So if you got any question or you want to interrupt me, just open your mic. So probability of absolute X less than the expected value X less than 3 over 2. Okay, so first of all, what you need to do is to define. Okay, so you have to define, sorry. First of all, you have to define the absolute inequality. So how to define the absolute inequality? So remember your chapter 2 in Sem 1. So absolute of X less than A. So we should define it will be X less than A intersect with X more than negative A will have, what do we have? This is more, this is less. So the intersection will be in between. So this one can be written as absolute X in between negative A and A. Okay, so for here, this is equivalent to probability of X minus expected value. What do we have for the expected value? 36 over 20. So 36 divided by 20 is equal to 1.8, right? So 1.8 X minus 1.8 or 1.8 is 9 over 5. Yeah, 9 over 5 less than 3 over 2 and bigger than negative 3 over 2. Let me check for sure, to be sure. Is it correct? 9 over 5 expected value? Saya pun tak tahu jawapan ni. So for question number 1, the answer should be 3 over 2 lah. 3/2, not 9/5. That is miscellaneous, ah. Sorry let me check first. Nanti kalau salah nanti bahaya pula. We don't want any.
6/20 William tu di atas.
Ni berapa nilai? 36/20 ke?
Yang 6/20 tu kosong.
Kosong. Ya. Yeah. Good. Sorry. So, this one should be 0. Thank you. Itulah. Kalau tak ada orang check memang salah lah. So, this should be 0 because 0 multiplied by 6/20. I forgot this multiplied by 0. So, it should be 30/20 which is 3/2 lah. So, here, this one should be 3/2. So, this value here should be 3/2. So, what we want to find is actually the probability of x. So, this 3/2, we can eliminate it because we want x only by adding up 3/2 on each side. So, negative 3/2 plus 3/2 will be 0. 3/2 plus 3/2 will be 6/2 which is equal to 3. So, now what we want to find is actually the probability for x in between 0 and 3. So, what value included in between 0 and 3? 1 not include, 3 not include, so it will be 2 only. So what we want to find is actually probability of x equal to 2. Right? So what is the answer? Probability of x equal to 2. So we have found it here, but when you try to find the expected value, which is 4/20. Betul ke? Not only 2 ah. So it's between 0 and 3. So the number we have to find out is probability of x equal to 1 and probability of x equal to 2. Itulah petang-petang ni kan, dia jadi macam ni. Lemau lah. So probability of x equal to 1 plus probability of x equal to 2, which is probability of x equal to 1 equal to 6 minus 1/20, which is 5/20. 5/20 or 1/4. Plus probability of x equal to 2 is 4/20, which is 1/5. So the final answer should be 9/20. Okay, that's for question number 1. Okay, so we are talking about the absolute inequality. So remember, you have to remember the definition of absolute inequality. Okay, so that's for question number 1. Let's move on for question number 3 for the discrete random variable. Okay, so we just go through for this one. Following the following table represent the probability distribution of a discrete random variable y. Now we have the random variable in terms of y with the value of -2, -1, 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so the probability for each value is given in the table. Now we want to find the probability of absolute of y more than 1. So how to define y more than 1? So following this, it should be y more than 1 and y will be less than -1. So what is the operation here? So because it's a more, then the operation should be or. Okay, so we have -1 and 1. So less than -1, more than 1. So the union we should take everything lah. So for question A, it's actually probability of y more than 1 or y less than -1. So what are the values involved y more than 1 and y less than -1? Less than -1, it should be -2 lah. And then more than 1 will be 3 and 5. So the probability that we want to find is actually equal to probability of y equal to. Okay, so when y equal to -2 and plus with probability of y equal to 3 plus with probability of y equal to 5. Okay, so total up everything, we get 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1. Load up 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1. So the answer will be 0.3. This is for question A. And then for question B, I don't think we have to discuss for question B. We can just skip because we just want to find expected of y minus 3 square, which is this expression we need to simplify first. How to simplify? By expanding it. So it will be y square minus 3, minus 6y plus 9. So actually this is what we want to find is applying the properties of expected value. We get expected of y square plus with expected of negative 6y plus with expected of 9. Means that it's expected of y square minus 6 of expected of y and plus 9. So what you need to do, you have to find the expected value. Expected of y apa dia? Expected of y square apa dia? So cari dua benda ni. And then we just substitute the value lah. And then for variance of y minus 3, applying the formula, it's actually the variance of y only. So because we have the expected of y square and expected of y, we can just substitute into the formula of variance lah. Okay, so that's for question number 3. Nothing extraordinary. Okay, now let's move on with question number 5. Okay. Now, any question before we proceed? Nothing, right? Okay. Okay, so for question number 5, the cumulative probability distribution, so CDF, CPD, probability distribution. So it usually we call it CDF, right? Cumulative distribution function. Probability ni jarang kita letak, tapi ada pun tak apalah. So it's a cumulative function of a discrete random variable x is. So what are the value of x involved in this? So we have x equal to negative 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 4, and x equal to 6. So we have these 4 values. And then what you need to do? We have to construct the table. So table directly, we know already the value of x, which is negative 1, 2, 4, and 6. And then what do we have in table? We have the probability for each of the value of x. So the x and its probability. So what do we have in the function here? This is actually capital of fx, means that the cumulative. So to find the probability, we just subtract with the previous probability, cumulative probability. So for x equal to negative 1, the value of probability is 1 over 6 minus 0, which is 1 over 6. For x equal to 2, 2 over 3 minus 1 over 6, which is 4 over 6 minus 1 over 6 will be 3 over 6 or 1 over 2. And for 4, 5 over 6 minus 2 over 3. 5 over 6 minus 4 over 6 will be 1 over 6. And lastly, for 1, for x equal to 6, 1 minus 5 over 6 equal to 1 over 6. So we can check whether it's true or not the probability by totaling up all the probability whether it's equal to 1 or not. So check 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 2 or 3 over 6. So we get 6 over 6 equal to 1. And then for the variance, just continue with the formula lah. So I don't want to discuss the variance. Okay, let's move on for question number 7. Okay. Oh, I cannot stop thinking. Okay. So this question number 7 is a bit long. Why? They give you a real life situation here. Okay. A nurse works 5 days in a week. So remember, in a week, a nurse works for 5 days. So the number of days in a week she worked overtime. Now it's talking about overtime is the discrete random variable. So this x is actually talking about the overtime days, the number of days she works overtime, its probability function. So if we notice that we have the value of x0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why? Because she maybe works overtime for 0 days. So she works no overtime at all in a week, or 1 day overtime, or 2 day overtime, or 3 day overtime, or 4 day overtime, or 5 day overtime. That's all for the value of x. It won't be other numbers. Okay, now where k is a constant, show that k is equal to 1 over 5. So for this question, we just have to total up all the probability equal to 1, and then we arrange k as a subject. So if you want to do now, we have for x equal to 0, we have k over 3 absolute k multiplied by 0 minus 1. This is for x equal to 0. And then for x equal to 1 will be k over 3 of absolute 3 multiplied by 1 minus 1. And then k over 3 of absolute 3 multiplied by 2 minus 1. Okay. And then for 3 and 4, yeah, we just conteng here. So k over 3 of x minus 2, 3 minus 2, plus k over 3 of 4 minus 2. And for 5, it will be k over 3 of 5 minus 1. So all of these add up should be equal to 1 lah. So kalau you nak tulis elok. So this is equal to 2. This one equal to 30, negative 1, sorry, negative 1. So absolute negative 1 will be 1. So we have k over 3 plus, wait, this is 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2k over 3. 3, 2, 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. So 5k over 3. And then for this one is k over 3. And this one will be 2k over 3. And then 5 minus 1 is 4k over 3 equal to 1. So 1 over 3, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 over 3k equal to 1. So k is equal to 3 over 15, which is 1 over 5. Okay. Apa saya buat soalan ni tak payah bincang tak apa. It's okay. Now for question A. Find the probability that she works overtime every day in a week. Now we have to interpret what is this question asking you. So it's talking about overtime. So x every day in a week. So what is every day in a week? How many days she works she works in a week? 5 days, right? So if she works overtime every day, means that she works overtime for 5 days. So what is probability of x equal to 5? It's equal to k over 3. What is k? 1 over 5, right? So 1 over 5 over 3 multiplied by 5 minus 1, which is, this is equal to 4. It will be 4 over 15. So interpreting this question is the key. Now, calculate for B. Calculate the probability that she will work for at least 3 days in a week. Actually, this question work overtime. Kalau work je, dia akan work hari-hari, ya kan? Betul tak? So, calculate the probability that she will work overtime for at least 3 days in a week. So, at least 3 days, so x should be more than or equal to 3. So, this is equivalent to what? Probability of x equal to 3 plus probability of x equal to 4 plus probability of x equal to 5. So, what is probability of x equal to 3? 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 over 3 multiplied by 1 over 5 is 1 over 15. So you calculate lah, just substitute the value of k for each of x. So for 4, 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 over 3 multiplied by 1 over 5 is 2 over 15. And x equal to 5 is 4 over 15. So the answer should be 6 over 15. Okay? So that's for 6 ke? Salah. Saya kira pun salah. Sorry ya. It should be 7. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7 over 6. 7 over 15. Sorry ya, madam kamu ni pun dah penat. Now, for question C. Determine the most likely number of days in a week she will work overtime. Most likely is equivalent to what? It's a synonym with the most frequent. Betul tak? Frequent. So, number of days she work overtime frequently. So, what we need to do? We have to determine the mode. Okay, this is actually talking about the mode. So, how do we know the mode? We have to find the probability, the highest probability, and that value of x will be the mode. So, we know for 3, 4, and 5 already. How about 0, 1, and 2? So, 0, what will be? For probability of x equal to 0. So, it's better for you to write down in table, easier. So, 3, 0, negative 1. So, 1 multiplied by 1 over 3 multiplied by 1 over 15. Probability of x equal to 1. So, we have 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 over 3 to 2 over 15. Probability of x equal to 2 will be 6 minus 1 is 5. Right? 6, 3, 2 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 over 3 multiplied by 1 over 5 will be 1 over 3. So, from all of these, x equal to 0, x equal to 1, x equal to 2, and then x equal to 3, x equal to 4, x equal to 5. Okay, which one is the highest? So, this 1 over 3 is actually what? 5 over 15, right? So, we have, for this one is 1 over, 2 over, 5 over, and then 1, 2, and 4. So, from all of these, which one is highest? Will be 5 over 15. So, the mode is equal to, when x equal to 2 lah. So, the most likely number of days in a week that she will work overtime is 2 days. Okay? Okay. Now, question D. Find the expected number of days in a week she will work overtime. This is what we want to find, the expected number. Directly, we want to find expected of x. Hence, evaluate expected of 3x plus 1. So, I think all of you is really excellent in finding expected value already. So, I don't want to discuss question number D. You can try on your own. Okay. Nak ke? Lena apa? Okay, tak apa. Later you watch the YouTube again. So I will continue with question number 9. Okay, now this is a situation questions. They give you a fair die thrown once. Okay. Now, a random variable represent the score on the uppermost face of a die. So, you baling dadu, dia akan ambil score yang kita baling dadu tu yang muka paling atas sekali. Okay. If the score is 2 or more. So, if we throw the die and we get 2 or more, then the random variable x is the score. So, let's say we throw the die once, so we get 3. So, the score will be 3. If the score is 1, so other than 2 or more, it will be 1 lah, the only one. The die is thrown once again. So we have to throw second time if the first outcome is 1. The random variable x is the sum of the scores of the 2 throws. So now, how to represent this data? Okay, let's say we relate it with probability. So if we throw once, so what do we get? We can either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, right? So these are the outcome if we throw the die once. But this is also the score for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But for 1, we have to throw the die once again. Okay, so if we throw the dice once again, so what are the possibility of the what are the outcomes? So we will get the same outcome, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what are the score if we throw this once again? So the random variable x is the sum of the scores of the two throws. So we have the total out lah. So 1, 1, the outcome will be 2. 1, 2 is 3. 1, 3, total up will be 4. 1, 4 is 5. 1, 5 is 6. 1, 6 is 7. Okay. So this all of this, the score is the x. Okay. Now, how to find the probability for each of these score? For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's easier because the probability will be directly 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6. How about this one? The second row will be 1 over 6 also, right? 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6. Because it's a fair die. Now, what are the value of x? We have x of 2. Here we got 2. Here also we get 2. Okay, this is 2. This is also 2. So actually we have probability for x equal to 2 will be probability for this one when you throw 1 and 1, and probability when you throw once only, which is 2. So what is probability of x throwing 2? Will be 1 over 6, right? And then we have to total up the second case lah, which is 1 over 6 multiplied by 1 over 6. So actually probability of x equal to 2, the score equal to 2 is equal to what? So this is 1 over 36. So 1 over 36 add up with 1 over 6. So what is the answer? Yes, we get 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 over 36. This is for 2. So the next value we have is 3. Right? We have 3. So we have our x equal to 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7. Lastly is 7. Okay, so we have to find the probability for each of these value of x. We have found for x equal to 2. Now we have to find for x equal to 3. So where x equal to 3? Here, which is 1 over 6 plus with here. This is 1 over 6 multiplied by 1 over 6. Because we have to throw for 2 times, right? So it's a multiplication between the conditional probability with the probability of the first one. So we will get the same value. So what we can say that probability of x equal to 4 also we get 7 over 36. Probability of x equal to 5 also 7 over 36. Probability of x equal to 6 also 7 over 36. The difference is only for x equal to 7. So probability of x equal to 7, we only have this one outcome, no other places. So it will be 1 over 6 multiplied by 1 over 6, which is what? 1 over 36. So to draw the table. Now let's do the table. So we have the probability already. So our table will be x and its probability x equal to x. And then how many value of x we have? From here we know we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 value of x. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is the score. And then What is the probability? For 2 up to 7, we have 7 over 36, 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 and 1 over 36. If you're not sure, just total up every probability here and then show that it is equal to 1, then it is correct lah. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, so 7 for 5 times, so it will be 35. So 35 plus 1 is 36. So 36 over 36 is equal to 1. So this is our answer. Now you have to imagine how that happened lah. Okay, so that's for question number 9. Okay ah. Satu je soalan dia tapi pening eh. Okay. Shall we continue? Okay. So for question number 11. The probability distribution function of a discrete random variable x is given as follows. So we have the x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and its probability, which is 1 over k, 1 over k, 3 over k, 2 over k, 5 over k, 3 over k, where k is a constant. So determine the value of k. So how to find k? The same as usual for discrete. Total probability equal to 0 equal to 1 means that we total up the probability, adding up all the probability. So we have 1 over k plus 1 over k plus 3 over k plus 2 over k plus 5 over k plus 3 over k equal to 1. So what we will get here? 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5, 7, 12, 15 over k equal to 1. So k is equal to 15. So what do we have? The probability here is 1 over 15. 1, no more. This is equal to 1 over 15. Saya faham tak, Ma? Okay. Sebab apa? 1 over, oh sebab table kot. This one is 1 over 15. This one 1 over 15. This is 3 over 15 or 1 over 5. This is 2 over 15. This is 5 over 15, which is equal to 1 over 3. This is 3 over 15 or 1 over 5. Now determine the value of k and hence calculate variance 2x minus 1. So what is variance of 2x minus 1? It's just a variance of 2x plus variance of negative 1. So this is equal to 0 lah. So the coefficient of x will be 2 squared variance of x. Now you have to find what is variance of x, which is we have to find the expected of x squared and expected of x. Okay, we should skip this part. Everyone expert already. Okay, now let's continue with question number 12. Saya minum air sekejap. Okay, so for question number 12. The number of vehicles owned by residents in a housing estate x is a discrete random variable with probability distribution function. So when x equal to 0, it's 1 over 120. When x equal to 1, 2, and 3, and 4 will be x over x plus 1 factorial. So we need to verify that fx is a probability distribution function. So we have to verify that the total probability is equal to 1. So total probability is equal to what? So for every x we determine the probability and adding up all of it, everything lah. So when x equal to 0, it will be 1 over 120. And then for x equal to 1, it will be 1 over 1 plus 1 factorial. And then for 2, it will be 2 over 2 plus 1 factorial. And then 3 over 3 plus 1 factorial. And the last one will be 4 over 4 plus 1 factorial. So you have to use factorial in your calculation. So it will be 100, 1 over 120 plus 1 over 2 plus 2 over 3 factorial is 6 plus 3 over 4 factorial is 24. 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. And lastly, 4 over 5 factorial is 24 multiplied by 5, 120. So, use your calculator. Ni pecahan banyak sangat ni, 1 over 20 ni, 120. Saya malas nak kira macam tu. Congak-congak, so kita guna calculator. So, 1 over 20, it will be 60 over 120. 60. Kalau 6, 120 will be 240. And then 40 over 120. And then for 3, it will be 15 over 120. So, total up everything. 1 plus 60 plus 40 plus 15 plus 4 is equal to 120 over 120, which is equal to 1. Okay, so verified. So fx, because the total probability of fx is 1, then fx is a probability distribution function. Please answer the question. So if it's asked for the PDF, then you write down the PDF. If it asks for the random variable, so you write down the random variable. Now, the next question is to find the probability that a resident has more than 2 vehicles. Means that what we want to find? For question B, we want to find the probability x is more than 2 vehicles. So what are the value of x more than 2? So we have more than 2 is 3 and 4. So what we want to find is probability of x equal to 3, adding up probability of x equal to 4. Okay, we found out already the probability here, which is equal to 3 over 24 plus 4 over 120. So 15 plus 4 is 19. So it will be 19 over 120. Betul tak? Ni soalan mana ni? Soalan number 12. So try check. 19 divided by 120 is equal to 0.1583. So the answer at the back is 0.1583. So it's correct. And then next. We are not finished yet with question number 12. So the next question is to find the cumulative distribution function for x and hence determine the median. Okay, now we need to find the cumulative. So how to write down the cumulative? Remember that we have to write down all the value of x. And how to represent the x? It should start with the before the first value of x, which is here the first value of x is equal to 0. Okay, so x should be less than 0. And then the next interval should be including 0 up to 1, because we have 1 after 0 is 1, and then from 1 up to 2, from 2 up to 3, from 3 up to 4, and lastly it should be 4 lah, because our highest value here is 4. So for this one, we have to write down for x more than or equal to 4. Now, what is the probability? So it should be starting with 0 and end up with 1. Okay, so in the middle for x equal to 0, so we just have to add up the probability, which is 1 over 120 plus with 0, which is 100, 1 over 120. And then for the next one, for 1, we have to add up 1 over 120 with 1 over 2, which is 61 over 120. And then the next one is to add up 61 over 120 with probability of x equal to 2, which is 40. It will be 101 over 120. And lastly, we have to add up 101 over 20 with 3 over 24. So 101 over 120 plus with 15 over 120 is equal to 116 over 120. So you can simplify lah. So 116 over 120 is equal to 29 over 30. That's why we get 29 over 30. This one, the last one should be 1 lah. So you don't have to check. Okay, you will get 1. Kalau you check pun buat masa. Now, the next question, hence determine the median. So means that we use this cumulative to determine the median. So where do you think the median lies? Okay, so 1 over 120 is far from the median. So kalau you guna calculator, you dapat points kan? So guna points lagi senang. So for 61 over 120 is actually 0.5 something. This one will be the nearest one to the median. So because this is for number x equal to what? Capital F of 1 is equal to 61 over 120, which is almost 0.5. Okay, then the median is equal to 1. Okay, this value of x is the median. So that's for question C. Lastly, the last question. Let y be equal to 30x plus 10 be the monthly fee in RM imposed by the security company. Okay, find the expected amount of monthly fee to be paid. So it's depend on how many vehicles they own, right? So if x is equal to 1, it will be 30 plus multiplied by 1 plus 10, right? So we have to find the expected amount atau the mean, the monthly fee to be paid. So mean means that we have to find expected of, what is the equation? Y equal to, y means that expected of 30x plus 10. So 30x plus 10, by using the properties, this is actually equivalent to 30 of expected of x and plus with 10. So now what we need to do is to find the expected of x. Do we have expected of x on the previous question? No. So you need to find the expected of x and then just sub the value into this equation. Okay, so that's for question number 12. Panjang kan? Okay. I think we will stop at question number 15. We have already arrived at 4:50 and then we will continue in the next slot. Okay. Or do you want to stop now? This question needs explanation, a bit explanation. Okay, let's say we try to understand the situation first. So two dice, so dua dadu are thrown and the number x and y obtained from each dice are noted. So let's say the first die, we let the number on the die will be x, And for the second die, we let the number is equal to y. Okay, so the discrete random variable w is defined as follows. So if the value of x is equal to y, means that if we have the same number on the die, the first die and the second die, then we just multiply the value. And if it's not the same, then what we have to do is to find the difference between these two dies. Okay, two numbers on the die. So let's say if we get 1 from the first die and 2 on the second die, so we just have to find the difference. So 1 minus 2. And we have the absolute because we want the difference. We don't want the uh, it's not the sign is not important. Why? Because the difference, it can be y minus x, right? Just difference between the two number on the die. Okay, so we have to know what are the outcomes on x and y first. So for x, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Because on the die we have 6 outcomes, 6 surfaces. Okay, let's say we have x, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the w is the depend on the value of x and y. So how about y? We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what are our w? What are the values of w we should have? So it's depend on the value of x and y, right? So let's do the table first to check the outcome. So to list out all the possible outcomes. Ni aku sempit lah pula. Alamak, buruk ni. Tak apa, later you do on your own. Huh? So let's say for 1 and 1. Is this the same values? Yes, we have the same value on die 1 and die 2, which is 1 and 1. So what are the function we should use? What is the function we should use? We should use the first one. So if x equal to 1 and y equal to 1, so x equal to y. So what we need to do, we just multiply. So 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. Okay. The next one, let's say we check for this one. So x equal to 2, y equal to 1. Is it the same, x and y? It's not the same. So what we have to do? We have to find the difference. So let's say x is here and y is here. So 2 minus 1 and absolute. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Absolute 1 is 1. And then 3, 3 minus 1. Because not the same, right? So 2. 4 minus 1 is 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. 6 minus 1 is 5. The next one, this outcome. So 1 and 2, is it the same value? So it's not x equal to y. So x not equal to y means that we have to find the difference. So x minus 1 is 1 minus 2, which is negative 1. Because we have the absolute will be 1 lah. So kalau kita tengok generally means that the middle, this one, the diagonal one is actually the same value. So 2 and 2 we just multiply, it will be 4. 3 and 3 will be 9. 4 and 4 will be 16. 5 and 5 will be 25. And 6 and 6 equal to 36. So other than that, we use the second function, right? So 2, 3. So you just subtract from the bigger minus the smaller one. It's easier because anything pun kita akan absolutekan dia. So 3 minus 2 is 1, 4, 2 is 2, 5, 2 is 3, 6, 2 is 4. And this one, 3, 1 is 2, 3, 2 is 1, 4, 3 is 1, 5, 3 is 2, 6, 3 is 3. And then fourthly, 4, 1 is 3, 4, 2 is 2, 4, 3 is 1. And here, 5, 4 is 1, 6, 4 is 2. And then we get here, 5, 1 is 4, 5, 2 is 3, 5, 3 is 2, 5, 4 is 1, and then 6, 5 is 1. And lastly, 6, 1 is 5, 6, 2 is 4, 6, 3 is 3, 6, 4 is 2, 6, 5 is 1. So how many value of x? W. So all of these are W, the outcome of W. So if we list out, we have so many W, right? Which is our W can be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 and then 9 and 16 and 25 and 36. Okay, ada yang repeated kan? So the repeated one, how to find the probability? So we have to count how many outcomes out of the total. Total here is 36 outcome. Okay. Now, write all the outcomes for W equal to 4. So for W equal to 4, it will be what the outcomes. So where is 4? Okay, let's use another pen. So 4 is here, 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 and here. So the couple outcome will be 2, 2, or 5, 1, or 6, 2, or 5, 1, 5, or 2, 6. Betul? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the probability when W equal to 4? Okay, so the number of W equal to 4 is equal to the number of outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the probability will be 5 out of total outcome here is 36. So the probability of W equal to 4 is equal to 5 over 36. So we have shown that probability of W equal to 4 equal to 5 over 36. Okay? Okay, so now we know how to find the outcomes already. Now we want to construct the table of the probability distribution for the random variable W. So we know what are the value of W lah. So the outcome we have here, W is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 16, 25, and 36. And then the next step is to find the probability for each of these W. Okay, so how to find the probability for each of these W? So we just look at how many outcome we have in the table, outcome table, and divide by the total probability. So for 1, how many 1? So for 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it will be 11 over 36. 2, how many 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 over 36. How about 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of 36. And then for 4 we found already, which is 5 over 36. How about 5? So we have 1, 2, 2 only. So 2 out of 36. How about 9? 9 is only 1. 16 also 1, 25 also 1, 36 also 1. So for 9, 16, and 25 and 36 is 1 over 36, 1 over 36, 1 over 36, and 1 over 36. So we can just total out everything, whether it's equal to 1 or not, to check. So 11, 8, 19, 25, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36 out of 36 will be 1. Okay, so this is our table. Now the next question, hence show that W is a discrete random variable. So we just have to show that the total probability of W is equal to 1. So you total out everything lah. And then for the next part, you can find out how to find the probability of W more than 9, mode of the W, and find the expected, hence calculate expected of 3 minus 4W. Okay, so you can continue now because we have the outcome already, the table already. Okay, boleh ya? So we have another 4 questions. So if we have more times to discuss, we will discuss the next lecture. Or you can try on your own and please ask during the lecture. So our next lecture is on Wednesday, right? So you can ask during the, we can continue on the next lecture on Wednesday, or you can ask during the lecture because I will continue discussing this miscellaneous question. Okay? So I think that's all for today. maybe we'll see each other on Wednesday. Okay? So thank you for joining the meet. So you can refer back after I upload the video on YouTube.
Thank you, madam.